Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome to another episode of Boost Your Vocabulary with me, Scholastic, on PRATHAM Test Prep YouTube channel. How are you all? कैसा चल रहा है सब कुछ? How's everybody? Can you tell me what we do on our goals? Like we do revision for a whole month. After boards, yes. After boards is going to be a revision for the next 2 months. Good evening, Ria, Anjali, Tanmay, Nandini. Hi, Pragya, Viral, Divya, Stuti, Shardul. How are you all? Okay, wonderful. So, today was one of those days where our YouTube thing wasn't clashing with any other class that I had. So, might as well just come and say hi. Also, what we're going to be doing today is, again, slightly different. Not as much, but again, vocabulary hi karenge, of course, right? Hi Gungun, Mayank, Ishita, stressful. Oh, I know. Samriddhi, hi. I know that it's not the best time. Like I know that this is quite crazy, to say the least. And I'm not going to even say it's going to, be done with very soon because it's almost like a month and more. But yeah, we'll get there slowly and gradually. Hi, Janisha, Purva, procrastinated the whole day today. Okay. Why didn't you take today's class? You had a different person teaching you, yes. So we would like, to be taught by all teachers. Sari se padho thi thoda thoda. Isliye. After so long, yes. I did take a session on Friday, I think. So yeah. 4 hours of classes. Oopsies. Okay. ठीक है, but I don't know. This is gonna be short. Obviously, I'm not going to do this, but what we're gonna be doing today is missed you. Acha, you're also of the batch where I'm not teaching anymore. कोई नहीं यार, हो जाएगा. I think you can still manage to look at recordings of other classes if at all there's a problem. Hi Ananya. Okay, wonderful. We'll start with the first thing. What we're doing today is, I don't know how many of you know of this one movie that's going to be released this week, Friday को. कौन सी मूवी है जो इस वीक रिलीज होने वाली है? Hi Harshita. I'm super excited, super psyched for this movie. And I have my first day tickets in place already. Acha, oh yeah, then I get it. So there's this movie that's coming, which is Hi Darshana, which is Doctor Strange. Yes, absolutely good, right? Doctor Strange area. So I was thinking of keeping this one session majorly on Marvel movies because I thought बहुत time बाद I think okay Spider-Man के बाद we have a good full-fledged Marvel movie that's coming, so let's just do that today, right? So we will be doing everything and anything from the Marvel movie basically, so we're gonna just kind of do words from there. Let's start with the first word. So the first word is on the basis of this movie, right? Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. This is releasing this week, right? And this is one of those movies jiska I think for the next 2 weeks tickets are booked already, and they opened their tickets really early, right? I believe again 3 weeks prior to the date they had released these tickets, and स्पॉइलर टॉक करते थे. इसका तो स्पॉइलर मैं तभी दूंगी जब मैं देख कर आऊंगी. So maybe after Friday you just might want to steer clear of anything of that sort. not a Marvel person. Oh, कोई बात नहीं. Still be able to learn words if nothing else, right? So the first word we're gonna do is through Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So Doctor Strange के लिए you can use the word Doctor Zany. Okay, zany means strange. Zany means weird, peculiar, quirky, idiosyncratic, right? Something that's not the conventional way. Okay, conventional would be normal, regular. Zany would be something that moves out of that convention, moves out of the regular, right? So Doctor Strange को आप Doctor Zany से याद रख सकते हैं, and zany then means peculiar, quirky, weird, bizarre, strange, unusual, abnormal, all of that. ठीक है? Idiom के लिए what you can do is off the wall. Now, if somebody is off the wall, which means that person is very weird. Okay, so that's how you do it. Off the wall would mean somebody who's really weird, bizarre, ajeeb sa, quirky sa. Right, so that is that. So he's known for his zany humor, which means he's known for his off-the-wall humor, strange humor, unconventional, not the regular kind, peculiar, all of that. Adjective है यहाँ पे क्योंकि humor को describe कर saying how is the humor? Humor is zany, strange, peculiar, quirky, bizarre. Okay, मिर्जापुर वालों, वो मैंने नहीं देखा. I haven't watched Mirzapur. I haven't watched what was that movie? अरे यार, very similar to Mirzapur. Vasipur. Haven't seen that either. So I don't know. I'll be left out when you talk about that with me. Okay. So this was our first word from Doctor Strange. We can remember Doctor Zany. Zany means off the wall, quirky, peculiar, idiosyncratic. अब चलते हैं next पे, which is from Doctor Strange only. Multiverse of Madness is the subtitle for it, right? So Zany, बेटा यहाँ लिखा हुआ है Doctor Zany. Strange के लिए आप Zany use कर सकते हो. Okay. I don't know Badlapur. I don't know what that is. Sacred Games भी नहीं. Stranger Things है Sacred Games. Multiverse of Madness की जगह we can call it multiverse of hysteria. Madness can be considered hysteria. Okay. Now, what do you mean by hysteria? Is the state of having a serious mental illness, all right, dementia, mania, madness, या फिर when you have excessive emotions or excitement and you can't even control yourself, that kind of exaggerated emotions and excitement, that is hysteria. Now hysteria as a word comes from I mean, this word was specifically used for women earlier because they used to say that women are hysterical, and the reason why and this was one of the psychologists who said this, Sigmund Freud ने बोला था कि women are out of control in their emotions and they laugh loudly and then they get angry also easily, have their mood swings, etc., etc. So they are hysterical creatures, and that all of their hysteria comes from their reproductive organs. So अगर आप reproductive organs को हटा दोगे तो she will be okay. And in fact, removal of reproductive organs is called hysterectomy. Now hysterectomy क्योंकि hysteria remove कर रहे हो. Anyway, so hysteria is, mental illness, dementia, mania, or uncontrolled emotions or excitement. The thing that okay. Able to hear me, able to see me. Okay, perfect. Okay. So we were talking about, so there was a network issue, sorry. Slight network issue. Okay, so we were talking about madness, right? So जब किसी के घर में, let me talk about how किसी के घर में शादी होती है, तो there is always this hysteria, like there's excitement, lots of emotions, etc., etc. So that is that. Tabloid hysteria is when, you know, something happens, the media has that one thing, oh, sab abhi I will talk about this so much, and then the media goes berserk. That is also hysteria. Tabloid hysteria, media hysteria is basically when the media goes completely out of control in terms of their emotions or excitement, right? So that's a noun. क्योंकि hysteria is the state, right? So you have a determiner in the meaning, the लगा हुआ है. Plus also you will see that hysteria is a noun, so hysterics, yeah, hysterical becomes the adjective. Okay, that was our second word. अब चलते हैं third word पे. So for the third word, we have this movie, Eternals. Eternals movie, I don't know how many of you have seen and how famous was this, because we did not have many people going for this movie, but again, a good, very good movie, in fact, wonderful movie. Eternals ke liye, the word is eternal. Can you probably identify what eternal means? What do you understand by the word eternal? You've watched it, seen it, okay. So I think everybody who's a Marvel, this thing would have watched. What do we identify by Eternals? Everlasting, correct. So something that doesn't have an end, right? So then maybe immortal. So maybe for Eternals, you can use the word perdurable. Okay, so the word that you can use is perdurable. Perdurable ko basically yaad rakhne ke liye, I think this may have been discussed in one of your etymology classes. Per means all. Okay, and durable is something that stays. So something that stays forever, yeah, all the years is perdurable. So something that's everlasting, never ending, perpetual, imperishable. Imperishable, again, something that cannot be perished, that cannot be destroyed. Okay, never ending, perennial, take it. So idiom iska hum ek yaad rakh sakte hain, something that is written in stone. Another one is set in stone. So something that's written in stone or set in stone is something you can't change. Okay, when you can't change, it remains forever. It remains as an everlasting thing. It's perpetual. So that is that. Sentence wise, will say, will you two never stop your eternal arguing? Instead of this eternal arguing, we could have used the word perdurable arguing. Okay, you could have used the word perdurable arguing, which is will you ever stop, you know, stop this everlasting, never ending, perpetual, imperishable arguing. That's an adjective because you're describing how the arguing is, that it's going to last forever, it doesn't stop, right? And so eternals ke liye, you can now remember it through perdurable. So that was our third word for the day. Let's go to the fourth word now. For our fourth word, we have, okay, so you have, I'm sure, watched this movie. Ab to iske spoilers bhi main kya hi do, matlab it will be quite sad if I give you a spoiler and you react saying I've not watched it and you're spoiling the movie. Because this one movie is that one, I think, jo people may have watched more than once for sure, if you're a Marvel fan. And even if you're not, I believe Spider-Man is one of the most famous superheroes, irrespective of whether you're a Marvel fan or not. So the word that we can remember from here, or the thing that we can look at, is no way home. Now, you tell me, anybody who does not go home or does not have a home, what do we call such people? What do we call people who don't have a home per se, or they don't really have one settled spot? What word can we use for them? What word can we use? Homeless. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Itinerant. Right. So somebody who does not know apna ghar or does not have a ghar per se, we can call them vagabonds. Okay. Vagabonds is the word that we can refer to. And vagabonds, jaisa or words jaise ki, we can call them vagrants, rovers, itinerants, nomads, wayfarers. All of these are words that basically talk about somebody who wanders around and does not have a home. उनके पास घर नहीं होता, वो gypsy होते हैं, they move from one place to the other, they're itinerant, they don't have a place to stay. So nomads, vagrants, rovers, itinerants, wayfarers, vagabonds. All of these are basically people who don't have a way home because they don't have a home. Okay, so they live like vagabonds traveling around in a caravan. They live like vagabonds, that means they live like, you know, wayfarers, itinerants. They go around in caravans because they don't have a home to call. Noun because you're talking about a person. You're saying a person who wanders around. So then becomes a noun. Good evening, Ayushi. Last word pe chale. So for this, obviously, like when talking about Marvel and you don't speak of Endgame, it's almost sad. Although all of the other movies that we've discussed are Phase 4 ki, this was the only movie with that we discussed from Phase 3. But Endgame hai. Endgame. What does Endgame really mean? Divyam, yes, it would be nice if you write them down and take notes. What does Endgame mean? Any idea? A dead end, okay. Pass. The last phase, right? We're in the end game now, which means when the last phase, right? We can basically call that like the last chapter, the finale, the final stage, the final battle, right? When you talk about end game, especially when speaking of, let's say, a movie or a play or a story, you can talk about the word denouement. इसको हम MENT को meant नहीं pronounce करते. It's a French word. So denouement is how we say it. So more as in MOW जैसा कुछ pronounce करते हैं. Okay, so it's denouement. Denouement means it's the final part of a film or a play or a story where matters are finally explained and resolved. So I'm sure you know you have this one person saying end में सब अच्छा ही हो जाता है, happy endings, right? So that या फिर you know how you see all these movies, they have their climax. That means by climax they would like to resolve everything that they have talked about in the movie, explain and resolve. Endgame was basically that, right? It was you know, tying up all loose ends and finally explaining and doing whatever they needed to bring that towards final stage. So culmination or a conclusion or a climax, finale or a denouement. Denouement again, especially when we're speaking of film, play or a story or a novel, etc. So the film's denouement was unsatisfying and ambiguous. That means its ending, its climax was not very good. It was ambiguous, meaning it was unclear. It was difficult to understand or difficult to follow. Right, so that's denouement, and that's a noun because it's the final part or the finale. So that becomes a noun because you have a determiner in the word. Okay, so those were our 5 words. I'm going to now take you to the last thing, which is the mentee. Our denouement for our vocabulary things are mentees. So I'm sharing the screen. There you go. आ जाओ सब लोग. The code for the day is 9771 7149. 9771 7149. आ जाओ सब लोग, all of you. Let's all join. And so today what we're going to do is we'll be doing vocab and idioms from here as well. ठीक है, यहाँ से भी यही करेंगे, vocab and idioms. Words may not be very easy, but you can use options, eliminate options and come to your answer. So that's the way that you can probably try doing these questions that we have for this mentor piece. Okay? So the code again, I'm repeating for everybody who is trying to look for it. It's 9771 7149. Jaldi se aa jao sab log. You have 10 seconds to answer, by the way. You don't have 15. Just 10 seconds to answer each question. So make sure that you are you know, fast and eliminating options more than anything else, because the questions might be a little difficult otherwise. Okay, we're going to start with the first question. Here you go. First question ke liye, and also read the question carefully. Another word for healthy. What is another word for healthy? It is salubrious. Salubrious is something that's healthful, healthy, good for your health. Okay, so salubrious food, yeah, for salubrious diet, salubrious grains, whatever, all of that, herbs, etc., etc. All of that means healthy, healthful, good for your health, right? Nourishing, so on and so forth. It is not a diet. Healthy का opposite is not diet. Sorry, synonym is not diet. Nonchalant भी नहीं हो सकता. Nonchalant means something somebody who is very casual, right? Not very serious. So let's look at our leaderboard. So you have Ambriel, okay, Nandini, Ujjwal, Penguin, Udita, Manya, Bell, Darshana, Dukhi Atma, and Yash. Okay, let's go to the next question. For our second question, here you go on your screens, read the question carefully, okay? Select another word for turmoil. Turmoil, chaos. Another word for that would be good. So pandemonium is basically, okay, the word that we can refer to chaos, turmoil, absolute sixes and sevens, कुछ भी हो रहा है, that kind of a situation, uproar बहुत ज़्यादा, okay, that is pandemonium. Muse is an inspiration. Muse is an inspiration, that and their answer. And tranquility is quite the opposite of turmoil. Tranquility is shanti, serenity, peace. So we don't want to go for opposites here. The word that they were looking for was a synonym, and that's pandemonium. Nonchalant was used by Rachel. Yes, Rachel to Joey. And he said, I don't even know what nonchalant means. Okay, let's look at the leaderboard. Right, so, okay, top pe ab Maharani hai. And then you have Ujjwal, Penguin, Udita, Yash, some emoji that we can't decipher, but is the person fastest. Janisha R, Ted, Mosbe, Nishan. Okay, third question. For the third question, read the question carefully. Opposite of ecstasy. Turmoil means uproar, beta. Turmoil means chaos. Divya. So ecstasy is happiness. Okay. From ecstasy, happiness, elated and exalted become synonyms. Somebody who's elated or exalted, they're both very happy, extremely happy to another level altogether. They may be celebrating something, some achievement, etc., etc. So ecstasy is extreme happiness. Elated and exalted are synonyms. Lugubrious, which means sadness or sorrow, is the opposite of ecstasy. So you didn't say, that's why I was telling you, read the question carefully. And but otherwise options were pretty okay, right? Exalted and elated are synonyms. So then the opposite of that would be lugubrious. Okay? Okay, 17 of you have answered this correctly. 17 of you have incorrectly answered this, by the way. That's a 50-50% situation at the moment. You have Ujjwal on top now. No, Harani is still on top. Ujjwal second. Yash. Then another undeciphered emoji. So fastest, Penguin, Janisha, Ishan, R, Siddharth, and Stress. Next question, question number 4. Question को ध्यान से पढ़ना. Word for the idiom true blue. Okay. So what does true blue mean? And then you have to select idioms. We've done this idiom, true blue we've done. And true blue means very, very loyal. So steadfast becomes correct. Somebody who's very loyal, somebody who will not be, a betrayer, a traitor. You can say somebody who has very strong allegiance, fidelity. So true blue is fidelity, loyalty, not being a traitor kind of quality. So the only option that you can look for is steadfast. Steadfast also means loyal. So they are the same. True blue and steadfast and loyal, they're all the same. Uptight nahi ho sakta. Uptight is somebody who is very high maintenance, like they will not change their ways at all. So that's a negative word. Like if you're calling somebody uptight, you're basically saying that person has a lot of arrogance and a lot of attitude कि वो छोटे लोगों के साथ mingle नहीं कर सकते, that kind of thing. So that can be our answer. True blue is in a positive sense somebody who's loyal, and so is steadfast. Let's look at the leaderboard. Wow, a lot of you have correctly answered this one, and that might change a lot of things on the leaderboard. You have Ujjwal now on top, is the fastest. Then second is this foxy person, Yash, Ishan, Stress, Marani, Penguin, Tanisha, Ted, and Hart. Last question, everyone. For the last question, here you go on your screens. Select a word for the idiom tailor-made. Like somebody's tailor-made. What do we mean by that? Okay, somebody's tailor-made, matlab specially cut out for that purpose. Okay, tailor-made, which means perfect for that purpose that they are trying to resolve. So agar somebody is tailor-made for, let's say, job for teaching, so that means that they are cut out for it, they are perfectly made for it, customized for that one specific purpose. Ad hoc also means that ad hoc is somebody who's hired for a very specific purpose only, like for that one purpose and nothing else. So they are the perfect resources for one specific purpose. Imperfect hone sakta because it's quite the opposite of what the idiom says. And stubborn, again, a negative word. Tailor-made is a positive word in terms of its connotation. Okay, so that's that. And let's look at the leaderboard. None of my answers are correct. Oopsies. But I believe, I mean, I would say it's not easy. This one was not very, very easy. Especially if you haven't followed the previous YouTube sessions, this might be difficult. Ujjwal has won it. Congratulations, Ujjwal. Yay. Then you have, I think, Yash. Then you have Penguin, Stress. Then that Foxy thing. Ishan, R, Siddharth, Aditya, and Mahan. All right. Congratulations, all of you. I hope that you took something out from here and that you will go back to it and try and revise it again. I will see you most probably on Friday. Sorry. Most probably on Thursday. Most probably. I will let you know on the group whenever we are going to conduct this session. But it's in most probabilities on Thursday. All right. See you all. Bye-bye. Take care. Good night.